I need a hug. I love you. I need a hug. Let's be friends. Let's be friends. Will you be my friend? Will you be my friend? I love spending time with you. Will you be my friend? I need a hug. Let's be friends. Let's be friends. I love spending time with you. Will you be my friend? I need a hug. I love you. Will you be my friend? I need a hug. Let's be friends. Will you be my friend?
you.